Hey guys, it's Erin, and I have had 3 cups of coffee in the last hour, so let's just do this thing and anime reviews, yeah! Today is a mighty fine day for a review, so I decided to review the anime short film Cencoroll. It premiered in the year 2009 and was almost single-handedly directed, created, written, animated, all by one single man, Atsuya Uki. Yeah. Incredibly impressive. Impresses me every single time I think about it. Now that important detail, which I definitely want to put emphasis on, has been said, let's get to the review. Cencoroll begins with a giant monster appearing from the sky to sit atop a city's building, causing much uproar and panic. Shortly after, we're introduced to Yuki, a curious young girl who meets Tetsu and his pet Senko, who looks incredibly similar to the monster that's currently sitting atop that city building. Appearing not too long after that is Shu, a mysterious boy who seems to be controlling the monster and really wants to fight Tetsu. Thus begins a less than 30-minute short film that is an intriguing piece of amateur work and pleasing to look at, but is hindered by its time restraint and also by its lack of a cohesive story. Cencoroll is, in a single word, weird. But weird in the most wonderful, quirky, anime way possible. It lacks the usual drama that comes with a save the city from destruction type anime, and instead of giant robots, we got these weird white blob alien things that seem to be controlled by their master's hair that looks like an antenna. Whee! Like I said, it's really weird. But it's this weirdness and this quirkiness that makes Cencoroll so enjoyable. The viewer quickly learns that the creator is not limiting his imagination, so it makes it really hard to predict what kind of quirkiness is going to happen. However, what Cencoroll has in imagination, it definitely lacks in storytelling. The flow from scene to scene is clunky, and it fails to build any real suspense, even when it seems like it wants to, and the overall theme of it is hardly even touched upon. Cencoroll does a wonderfully fine job of setting up an overarching plot for a series that could have a ridiculous amount of potential. But then you realize that continuation series does not exist as of right now, and you're left feeling like somebody's baking you a batch of the world's most delicious chocolate chip cookies, and you have to sit in the other room and just smell them. AKA you're left feeling disappointed with a mighty need. That's all I'm trying to say. There's also no real setup for who Senko or his fellow white blob aliens are, and there's no background really on who Tetsu or Shu are either. Are they some alien race, or are they humans who just happened upon Senko and the others and were given the ability to control them? You don't know. Personally, I really enjoyed this aspect because it leaves room for the viewer to take part in the imagination that the creator offers. However, I can understand if quite a few viewers feel frustrated by not having all the facts. Moving on, when it comes to the characters, Cencoroll does a really good job of breaking out of the normal conventions. Though the time restraint definitely hinders any actual character development that could have happened if it had been longer, the audience is still able to get a pretty good feel of what the characters' personalities are. Tetsu is a refreshing protagonist in that even though he's the hero of this tale, he doesn't follow the outline that other action heroes tend to conform to. Whereas other action heroes are gung-ho and enthusiastic, Tetsu is pretty blunt and nonchalant. Yuki, the female lead, is confident, curious, and fearless. Even though the relationship between Yuki and Tetsu was kind of thin and a little flimsy, I still felt that their dynamic flowed really well and that their dialogue was neither stale nor cliched. Senko also deserves a special mention because when you first see him, you don't expect him to be nearly as capable in battle as he is. The air around him is similar to that of his owner Tetsu, however there is a certain defiant look in his eye that makes you wonder who really is controlling who in this relationship. Also, can I just say how freaking adorable he is when he becomes a panda? Because he freaking cute. The other 2 alien monsters didn't strike quite as much of a chord, and they definitely lacked more in the personality department than Senko did, but they were still entertaining. Their owner, the antagonist Shu, definitely has a very enjoyable on-screen presence. And of all the characters, he was the one I wish we knew more about and that we got to see more of. The voice actors also do an incredible job with their respective characters, which plays a large part in making them memorable. A fantastic highlight of Cencoroll is definitely the animation, specifically the designs. For being a one-man team, Uki does a pretty gosh darn fantastic job of keeping his animation fluid and eye-pleasing, and also his backgrounds are very creatively rendered, even if they aren't anything that outstanding. Like I said earlier, Uki's imagination is a sight to behold, and the design of his characters displays this well, especially the designs of Senko and the other 2 aliens. The people ain't so bad to look at either. Though I might be a little bit biased because Uki did do the character design for one of my recent favorite anime, Suritama, I found that each of Cencoroll's characters' looks fit his or her personality really well. The shading and the coloring also fit the overall tone of the show. While yes, the animation from time to time looks a little bit amateurish, You gotta give the guy mad props, yo. The fact that it was done almost single-handedly by one man should alone be enough to impress even the most cynical of viewers. Despite the catchy ending theme by Supercell, who always does a really wonderful job, music was pretty sparse throughout it. However, this isn't a negative because some of the best moments in Cencoroll occur when there isn't any background music. It's just the characters and the art, and this creates a realistic atmosphere that doesn't hinder the flow in any way. So nice job on that creative decision, you. Overall, Cencoroll is creative and imaginative, but it doesn't quite execute as well as it could have if it'd been given more time to. Feeling more like a pilot episode for a longer series, it suffers from lack of build-up and clunky storytelling. However, given the impressive fact that it was done almost entirely by one man, and that it definitely has some refreshing characters and quirkiness, it's a film that any person who's a fan of action or mech anime would enjoy. After all, it's 27 minutes of your time, so you might as well give it a shot. Eh? There's also exciting news, a sequel that is currently in production, so that will hopefully, all my fingers and toes are crossed, go into a little bit more detail and background. To the best of my knowledge, and you can totally correct me if I'm wrong, Cencoroll is available sub only, but you can easily find it on YouTube or anime44.com. Alright guys, that so does it for my review of Cencoroll. I hope you guys got something out of it. Let me know if you watched Cencoroll and if you have different opinions on it. You know what, shoot them to me and let's discuss it. That'd be awesome. In case you missed it, I started doing a first impressions show, which is going to be up every single Tuesday, while this show is going to be every other Friday. If you missed those, click on the annotations I'm going to put right in here. I did one of, what's the first one? Oh, crap. Fate Zero. That's what it was. I did one of Fate Zero, and I did one of Angel Beats. So check those out right here. That is it for me. I hope you guys have a fantastic, wonderful, amazing, super duper safe, fun, glolly, full weekend. I will see you guys later. Bye.